Okay, good afternoon, everybody. Can you hear me? Is everybody hearing? Good afternoon. So, just doing a quick sound check. Yes, yes, awesome. Okay. How are you guys doing today? Hello, good. Hi, Jacqueline. Sid, Ali, good. Is everyone doing well? Perfect. Hello. Hi guys. This is number 2 for me. Second stream ever. So still a little bit nervous, but not as nervous. So hopefully I can get to know you all a little bit better in a more comfortable way. I'm doing well. Thank you. Thank you. I just finished teaching at the Canadian College of English Language. Had a good day, nice time with my students. So now I'm looking forward to spending some online time with you guys. So where are you all from? Lolly, I remember you from last week. So we have maybe some returning people. That's great. And where is everybody else from? Let me see some people. Oh, thank you, Rodrigo. I really appreciate that. From India, amazing. Ania, good. From Morocco. Stanley from Brazil, nice to see you again, thank you. Algeria, Brazil, yes, and France, of course. I have a lot of students from Brazil right now. Mexico, awesome. Russia, great. I also have a student from Russia. From Sri Lanka, but living in the US. Awesome. Hello from Turkey. Good, good. So, really awesome. We have a lot of people. I'll do my best to talk to everybody. But yeah, please be patient with me if I'm still getting comfortable. So, from Colombia, Egypt, great. Pakistan, wow. 3:29 a.m. in India. Okay. Thank you for being awake right now. That's really nice. From the Philippines, Algeria, Juju, great. Some people call me Juju actually as a nickname because my name's Julia, so great. Okay, let's begin. So today on the agenda, we're going to be talking about questions. Okay, we're going to talk about different styles of questions and different grammar rules that go with them. Sweden, awesome, good. Okay, so I'm going to change the screen and we'll get started. So, main display. Good. Now I'm little. Okay, awesome. We're going to begin. So, questions. As you can see, I've got my nice Smrt page up here and everyone can take a look. And maybe I'll make it a little bit bigger. Sorry. Maybe I have to do this. One moment. Okay. All right. That might be a little bit better for everybody. My eyesight is not good, so make it bigger. All right, so we're talking about questions. Let's begin. So we see here a little conversation, okay, between a doctor and a patient, and I'll read it for you. What's giving me this pain in my shoulder? That's the question. We'll do some tests and find out. Okay, so in this question, we are not using inversion, okay, because it's what we call a subject question. We're going to get into more detail about that, okay? Can I talk louder? Yes, I can. And I can also fix my mic. Is that better, Layla? I can try talking louder. Yes, okay. Let me know if I need to speak louder. That's good. All right. Okay. Good, good. Awesome. We'll move on. Okay. So we're getting started with one of the most common type of questions, and those are questions that require inversion. Okay? How many have you heard of inversion before? If you have, say yes in the chat. Hello, Jose from Brazil. Yes, if you have heard of inversion. Yes. Good. Yes. 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 No. Perfect. No. No. Yes, yes. Good. Well, I'm happy some people are saying no, because then I can teach you. Inversion, it's very straightforward. It's when you put the auxiliary verb before the subject, okay? It's a common way to construct a question. Yeah, like not regular word order, question word order, okay? We'll see some examples and we'll do some examples, all right? So on the I guess, no, I can't point. Sorry, on the left side of the page, we see statements, okay? For example, they have seen the movie, all right? So this is regular word order. We have our subject, they. We have our auxiliary verb. We have our main verb, okay? So this is a statement. If we want to ask the question, we need to do inversion here, and that would be moving the auxiliary verb have before the subject, okay? So the question here, have they seen the movie? Last week we touched on auxiliary verbs, so you do need to be careful of the tense of the sentence and the tense of the question, okay? Here we have another statement. She is staying with her sister until tomorrow. So we have a temporary present continuous in our tense. So if we want to ask the question, we should use inversion here, okay? So is she staying with her sister until tomorrow? Again, another sentence, we can use his car. Now, if we put can before we have a question. Can we use his car? Okay. You are doing homework. Are you doing homework? And notice my voice, it goes up for questions. Okay? Yes, respect the tense. That's a good way of saying it, yeah. She has already gone home. Has she already gone home is a question. It will rain tomorrow, or will it rain tomorrow? Okay? So yes, perfect. Intonation will go up when you're asking a question. And it helps a lot if you do put your voice, if you rise it, so that the listener understands that they need to answer you, okay? Okay, so the next part of Smrt we'll talk about, and then we'll do some examples together, okay? All right, so if there is no auxiliary verb in the sentence, you need to add do, does, did, okay? Which tenses do we not have an auxiliary verb? Can you answer that question? In which tense do we not use an auxiliary verb? Hello, Marcos. Simple present, awesome, thank you. Simple present tense, yeah. And simple hi, hello, yeah. So with the positive simple present tense, do, does, did is not necessary, okay? And in the past simple positive tense, didn't is not, did or didn't is not necessary. Okay, sorry, did. Simple past, yes, affirmative, yes, okay. So if someone says, you like soccer, and you want to ask somebody else, you might say, do you like soccer? Okay, so you have to add do. In subject-verb agreement, of course. If the subject is she, what would we ask? I'm saying, do you like soccer? If I change the subject to she, what should I say? Does, exactly. Does she like soccer? Right. Good. Perfect, Gina, Carmen, Setin. Yes, yes. Awesome. Everyone is so good. That's great. And notice that when we use does she, we do not add an S on like. Just does she like soccer? Okay, good. Perfect, perfect. Here is a past example of adding did for a past simple question. Did he have a great time last night? And again, it rains a lot in this city. Does it rain a lot in this city? Okay. So we have talked about object questions, okay, where we are wondering about the receiver of an action. So I'm going to move to my document, okay, and we're going to do some examples, okay? Yeah, awesome, Khalil, yeah. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to write an answer for you, and I want you in the group chat to think of some questions. Now remember, there's more than one possible question, okay? So let's see here, answer, whoops. Capital, she wants to have ice cream. Oops. Okay, so here is my answer for you. Oh. Double S. Dessert for the food is double S. One S is about the desert, the dry, sandy place, for example, in Saudi Arabia. So that was a mistake. Glad I caught that. Double S is for the sweet. Okay. So we have some possible questions now. Let me see what you're coming up with. I have what does she want for dessert? That's perfect. That's perfect. And we have, thank you, Simplang. And then Raphael, does she want to have ice cream for dessert? That's amazing. That's a yes or no question. To have ice cream, oops, for, okay, good. Let me catch up. Pillar, good job. Just don't have that S on dessert, okay? Does she want ice cream for dessert? Is good. Does she want to have something? That would be good. It depends on the situation. If you are with the person and it's dessert time, that's a good question. You might point to someone and say, oh, does she want to have something? But you might want to put more detail by adding for dessert, prepositional phrase. Yeah. Vladimir, just make sure you have something at the end of your question. Does she want to have dessert? Question mark. Yeah. Does she want to have ice cream for dessert? Okay, good, good. Thank you, everyone. What does she want for dessert? Lolly lolly, that's great too. Okay, thanks. What would she prefer for dessert? That's a good one. Okay, Setin, that's good. We'll change your question a little bit. What, we do need our auxiliary verb. Does she want to order with her drink is a bit better. Yeah. Do you like ice cream for dessert? Jacqueline, that's good, but it'd be best to add would. Instead of do, would is a little more common. Would you like dessert? Oh, sorry, ice cream for dessert. If you use do, the verb should be more like do you want ice cream for dessert, okay? If you use the verb like, it's more common to say would you like, okay? It's very polite. Do you want, it's a little more informal, maybe if you're asking a friend, something like that. Awesome. Would you care for dessert? Great way to ask, very, very polite and formal. Okay, good. Let's move on, shall we? We're going to do another. Okay, so answer will be, ooh, oh my gosh, can't spell. Okay, answer, maybe they went to the movies. Oops, full stop. Okay, that's your answer. They went to the movies. What are some questions we could ask here? Do you know what she wants for dessert is a good question. Thank you, Vladimir. So the next answer, they went to the movies. What shall we ask for this? When did they go to the movies? The answer would be different. It would be they went at 8 p.m. Okay. Did they go to the movies? The answer again might be more like yes, they went to the movies. Because remember, when you start a question with an auxiliary verb or a modal verb, it's a yes or no question. Okay. Where did they go? Lolly, lolly, good. We are kind of looking for where, for location. Where did they go? Okay, and we could even add optional last night. Where did they go last night? Again, when would be for a different answer. For example, when did they go? When did they go to the movies? Answer would be they went at 8 p.m. Okay, so just be careful about what information you're looking for. Where did they go? Okay, so just be careful with the pronoun there, Nana Kafi. Where did they go? Good. What did they do to go? Khalil, very good, but just delete to go and ask the question, what did they do? That's good. What did they do? Okay. Can I say, where have they gone? Okay, so you could only ask, where have they gone, if they are still at the movies. Present perfect needs to be still true. They have gone to the movies. They're at the movies, okay? If it's past, finished, we can't ask, where have they gone? We have to ask, where did they go? Okay? Where did they go? So it needs to be in the past. How did they go to the movies? That would be an answer of they went by bus, okay? About transportation. Khalil, which cinema did they go to? Okay, you do need your inversion, so don't forget about inversion, okay? Simplang, you could say, did you see where they went? Past. Where did they go? Good. Okay. All right, so we're going to move along a little bit. Okay, so make sure when you're wondering about the object, you want to use inversion. Okay? So for example, what did you buy? Okay? So I'm not wondering who bought, I'm wondering what you bought. Okay? So the answer would be giving you an object. I bought a sweater. Okay? So you are wondering about the object. I bought a sweater. Okay? Another, what time did you go to bed? Okay, so we have our inversion, did, before subject. And now, obviously, question words give you information about what the person wants to know. I went to bed at 11 p.m. Okay. So, I went to bed at 2 a.m. Good, good. I bought a dog. Good. Where did you get this sweater? Gina, the answer for that would be about location. I got it at the shopping mall, for example, or a store. I got it from the Gap. Okay. I bought a flower. Good. Okay, so let's move on a little bit here. back to Smrt. Okay, so we're now going to talk quickly about subject questions, which are a little bit different. I go to bed at 8 p.m. Good. That would be about habit, not about specific last night, but about every night. So the question for you, Hager, would be, what time do you go to bed? Okay, I go to bed at 8 p.m. This is about habit. Okay? All right, so let's move a little bit forward. We're talking about subject questions. Okay? And this is very important to notice. No inversion for subject questions. Okay? So let's take a look. When who or what or which, whose, how many, okay, etc., if they are the subject of the question, we don't invert, okay? No inversion. So we can look at some examples and then we will do some examples, okay? So let's take a look. Steve went to the party. So Steve is the person doing the action, okay? He is the doer, we say. If we want to know about him, we need to ask the question, who went to the party? Okay? So there is no use for did because we are not wondering about the object. Okay? So, who is acting as the subject and then went, the verb, in the past, to the party. Let's take a look. 13 people are sitting in the room. Okay? If we want to know about those people, okay, who are doing the action, the subjects, we need to ask how many people are sitting in the room. So there is no inversion happening. The construction is making so much noise. Okay, the construction is the doer of the action. Okay, therefore the question would be, what is making all that noise? Okay. Again, my car is sitting outside. If I want to know about the car, I'm going to ask, what is sitting outside right now? Okay, my car. Let's see here. Best Buy sells that computer. Which store sells that computer? Okay. All right, so let's do some more examples. Thank you, Lane. Let's go back to my document. Subject questions. Okay, so just give me a moment here. First, we're going to do a little bit of, I'll show you some things. So, okay. Here we go. Subject questions. Let's see. And just to let you know, most often subject questions, they will start with like who or what, okay? So I can give you an example. My friend broke my mom's favorite vase, okay? Do you know what a vase is? If you have any questions about vocabulary, just let me know in the chat and I'll talk about it. But a vase, who knows what a vase is? Yes, it holds flowers, okay? It's a flower vase, place to put your flowers. Okay, so this is an answer. My friend broke my mom's favorite vase, okay? Who broke your mom's favorite vase? Lolly Lolly, good job, good job. So, subject question, who broke your, we have to change the pronouns, mom's favorite vase. Good. Now, object question, we can also make by changing the question word, okay? Does anyone know what the object question would be? A place where you would put flowers, that's right, yeah. Who broke your mom's favorite vase? That is the subject question. But if we're wondering about the object, let's take a look. This is your object, right? So we want to know about it. What? Exactly. What? And we also need inversion. So which verb? Past auxiliary verb. Past auxiliary verb. I will, Alex, in one moment. Gina, you're very close, but you're missing your did, Mehdi. Good, 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 good. What did, and then your subject. What did your friend? And then the verb is in the base form. What did your friend break? Good, good, good. Good. Okay. So, let's see, where am I going here? The car is sitting outside. That just means that there is a car outside on the street. We use the verb sitting sometimes. I don't know why, because a car can't sit, but it just means when it's stopped, okay? And parked outside. So, let's see here. We have a lot of different options for the question here. What did your friend break is the appropriate question for this answer, right? Or if we're wondering about what the object is, we need to ask this question. If we're wondering about the person doing the action, we need to ask the subject question, okay? And there's no inversion, okay? Perfect, perfect. Okay, so let's move on a little bit here. Let me just put a note, and I can share this. I can share this with you guys at the end. That's fine. Let me see. So if you are wondering about who or what caused the action, okay, the doer of the action, okay, then you do not need to use inversion. Okay, regular word order. Next, though, if you are wondering about the receiver of the action, okay, like object, you need to use inversion. Okay, so that is auxiliary verb before the subject. That's just a little extra note, okay? And I can share this document with you guys at the end. That's totally fine. We're working on it together, okay? I'm going to go back to Smrt because there are great examples in Smrt, and we're going to take a look. Okay? So, let's see. If we're asking for the subject, who asked? Okay, it could be simple as that. Who asked? The teacher asked, right? Who is singing? My friends are singing. What happened? There was an accident, okay? And then again, if we're asking for the object, we do need to change the order of the words. Who did you ask? Okay? What is she singing? What did you do? Okay? So we know who's doing the action, but we want to know what they're doing. Okay? All right. So we can do a few more examples with subject versus object questions. Okay? Let's see. Answer. Okay. So we have an answer here. My parents let me borrow their car. Yes, we could say who sings if you're talking about a repeated action, like who is a singer, who sings. But if you want to know about something that is happening in that moment, you would need to say, hey, who is singing? Who is singing right now? Yeah. you would have to ask who asked, Vladimir. Who asked? Not who is asked, just who asked, because there's no inversion and asked is your main verb there, okay? All right, so we have an answer on our document. My parents let me borrow their car. Can make it a little bigger. Now let's see some object question. Whoop. Object question. Who borrowed the car? So that's a good grammatical question, Lane, but we need to just be focusing on this specific answer. Okay, this specific answer. So we're not wondering about who, because we know. Who lent you the car? That is a subject question, but it's a good question. Okay, so I'm going to put it in here. Who lent you the car? Great. Answer is my parents. Okay, doers of the action. Okay. What did you borrow? Perfect. What did you borrow? And you could even add from your parents. Okay, so answer their car, the object. Good. Okay. We're going to do a couple more examples and we will move on. We do have some more types of questions. Khalil, very close, but you want to add your auxiliary verb. What did they lend you? What did they lend you? Sorry, lend base verb. Valeria, I can put your question in. Who did you borrow? It would be that car from. Okay. Who did you borrow that car from? The answer would be my parents. And that's good. That's a I'm going to move this because it's an object question. Whoops. Okay. Let me go back. Let's see if it will let me. Okay, no. Copy? No. Just be patient. One moment. Okay. Doesn't let me install cut and paste. I don't know. But I will put it here. Who did you borrow that car from? Okay. And I will delete this. Okay. Let's see. Why did they lend you their car? That's a good question, but my parents let me borrow their car would not be the answer, right? The answer would be because they love me or because I was a good child, something like that. Thank you, Lolly. Yeah. Let's see. Transitive. Yeah, I mean, that's right, Danilo. If you're making an object question, you do need to have an object, okay? Good. Use Control C. Yeah, I'm not the most technology savvy, but thank you. I'll try Control C next time. Let's see if it will work. And Control P. That goes to print. Cancel. Okay. It's okay. Don't worry. I'll figure it out. Okay. One more time. What did your parents let you borrow? Good question. Good question. Okay, let's continue. One more. Let's do one more. We'll think about Shakespeare. Okay, we'll think about Romeo kissed Juliet. Okay, so this is our situation. Romeo kissed Juliet. If we want to know about, spelled her name wrong. If we want to know about Romeo, what are we going to ask? if we want to know about Romeo, what should we ask? Alex, great. Who kissed Juliet? That's awesome. Okay, so that would be subject question. And now, if we want to know about Juliet, what are we going to say? Who kissed Juliet? Awesome, good job. Control-C, copy, Control-V, paste. I will try that, Khalil, after the stream. I will figure it out. Thank you. Lolly Lolly, very close, but you're missing an auxiliary verb for your question. Inversion. Who did Romeo kiss? That's awesome. Tatra? I don't think I'm saying your name right. I'm sorry. It's hard to read those characters. Okay, so we're going to put that down. Who did Romeo kiss is the correct question. Good. Okay, so that is our object question. Good. Why did Romeo kiss Juliet? Maria, good question, but the answer would be a because answer. Because he loves her, or something like that. Okay? What did Romeo kiss? Nanakofi would be more who did Romeo kiss, because it's a person and not a thing. Okay, good. By whom was Juliet kissed? Good. You need to put by whom was Juliet kissed, but that is very, very, very formal. Whom is very formal. So you can use it if you want to, but very, very formal. Okay. So how are you guys feeling about subject questions versus object questions? Are you guys feeling pretty good with that? Whom he kissed? It would be, whom did he kiss? You still need inversion. It's like saying, who did he kiss? But whom did he kiss? Very, very formal to use whom. Confused, Valeria. Okay, well, that's okay. It does take time, but I would suggest doing some practice on subject questions versus object questions. And yeah, it's hard in conversation. It's fast too. I know it's a bit fast. But this is very important to read after the stream and try to understand that, because it explains it quite clearly, I think. I will share this document with you guys at the end in the group chat. Okay. Okay. What did Romeo do for Juliet? He kissed her would be the answer. Good. Okay. So we're going to move on a little bit back to Smrt, taking a look. Yeah, practice is good. Practice makes progress, right? Practice, practice. So, prepositions. Many, many people hate prepositions because they're so hard. You need more examples. Okay, well, maybe we can get some more examples at the end, but I want to make sure that we cover some other things too, okay? Let's see here. Prepositions. Okay, Juliet is lucky, yeah. Good. Okay, so sometimes it's very common to see a preposition at the end of a sentence, okay? So we're going to look at some examples. Where did you come from? Okay, and the answer, you would include the preposition as well. I came from Canada, okay? Yes, I know, Alex. They are very annoying. I get that. What is he talking about? Okay, we're wondering about the topic. So in the answer, you would repeat it. He is talking about math, for example. What is Michael interested in? Okay, interested in, very common to see these two together. So you can try to remember that. He is interested in science, for example. What are you good at? They want to know about your skills. I'm good at snowboarding. Okay. Who do you live with? Again, you'll use it in your answer. I live with my friends, or I live with my parents. Okay, so let's see what's going on in the chat. I will share the document at the end of the stream for sure. From place, yeah. It's also other things, but from place as well. Don't worry, Lane. Just be patient with yourself. It does take time, and I will go through a few more examples about the subject-object questions. Don't worry. I come from is good. I come from Canada. It's maybe more common to say I am from Canada. Okay? I came from the grocery store. Maybe like if you come home and your mom asks you, oh, where did you come from? I came from the gym, or I came from school. Okay. I am interested in learning English. Good. I'm good at singing. Awesome. Awesome. Hello, Tarek. What Romeo did is not good. You'd need to say, what did Romeo do? But it is good that this is your main verb, but it needs to be in the base form. Did should go before the subject Romeo. What did Romeo do? He kissed Juliet. Good. If you replace what is Michael interested in to who is Michael interested in, you can do that. Then you're wondering about who he likes, who he wants to know more, maybe a person that he admires. Okay, that would be that. Okay, so let's do some examples. I'm going to write some questions, and you guys are going to think of the preposition. So, prepositions at the end of questions. There's my little title. What is your book? What's the last preposition here? Michael is interested in Pam from The Office. That's true. I love that show. It's good. What is your book about? That's good. And there's another one. There's another option. About is good. And wondering about topic. What about if we're wondering about the use of the book? What would we say? What is your book about? Or what is your book? There's one more. Lolly lolly, I'll get to by. Good. For. Yes. What is your book for? I want to know what the use of it is. My book is for learning English. So, by. If we're looking about by, we need to ask who, not what. Who is your book by? Okay? That's the same thing as asking who wrote your book. Okay? Who is your book by, or who wrote your book? Who is the author? Okay? But with the preposition, that's good. What is your book for? The sound is low. I'm sorry, Agnaldo. Maybe I'm talking quietly. I will speak up. Okay, let's do another one. Yes, good. Okay. What is your okay. After interested in, yes, verb ing after interested in is very common. It's a gerund, right? I'm interested in snowboarding. I'm interested in camping, but doesn't have to be. It could be I'm interested in books. Okay, but if we're talking about an action noun, we would use ing. I'm interested in reading. Okay. Hello, hello. Sound is fine. Good, good. Roommate is a person that you live with. Okay, this one, my example, it's a little bit difficult, so I might tell you and then explain. Ah, good. Wow. Tatya, you're so good at this. What is your roommate like? Yeah. Tarek, good job. Good job. Now, what are we asking here? What do we want to know? Subject for today, Ahmad, is different types of questions and how to form them. So if you want to use look like, you need to say, who does your roommate look like? Or what does your roommate look like? Both could work. Jose, me too, but you would say, I am interested in getting more money, ing. Okay, so this one, what is your roommate like? You want to know about her personality or his personality. Okay, so if you ask me, what is your roommate like? I would say, she's great, she's very clean, she's very nice, she's funny, she's respectful, that kind of thing. Yes, to describe who she is, but her behavior, her personality, that kind of thing. Okay. Like is a preposition. Yeah, it's a verb too. Okay. Okay, let's continue. I'm just going to bold this because it's the title. Okay. Next one. What are you looking? If you Simplang, you would have to say, what does your roommate prefer? But there's no preposition there. Like can be a preposition, yeah. 4, awesome, everyone's doing well. What are you looking for? What is your roommate in? If you're wondering about his job, Vladimir, it's more common to say, what does your roommate do? Okay, even for work. What does your roommate do for work? Okay. 4, awesome. What are you looking at? That's good. What are you looking at? That's also a good one. So good job for those of you who added that. Exactly. Sometimes there's more than one possible preposition. Yeah. Prepositions, they add more details into the sentence, so it depends what detail you want, right? Let's do another one. Let's see, we've done 4. Oh, I think we already did that one. Sorry, let me do another one. So after prepositions in a regular sentence, they need to have an object in a regular sentence. It could be a noun, it could be a pronoun, it could be a gerund, which is verb ing. It could be one of those, but not a verb, okay? Let's see. Can anyone give me an example from the group chat of questions finishing in a preposition? Just waiting for a few. Who is your book by? The question is about the author. Okay. My book is by, oh my gosh, can't think of a single author right now. My book is by C.S. Lewis, for example. No, you can't use an adverb after preposition. No. There might be an exception. I don't think so. What are you talking about? Perfect. Who are you listening to? That could be. Who or what are you waiting for? Who do you live with? Good. Who do you live with? Yep, that's a good one too. Valeria, where did you come from? Where did you come from? What are you talking about? Who is that present for? What are you interested in? Good job, Tarek. Awesome. Okay, so we've got lots of examples. I'm just going to shorten up my list here. Okay, good. All right. What is going on? Awesome. Good job. Okay, back to Smrt. And we have 2 more styles of question. We might go over the hour a little bit. What are you here for? Yeah. Who is your friend looking after? Okay, that's present continuous. Yeah. What are you buying for? That's good. Yeah. You could ask, what are you buying that for? What are you buying that for? Or who are you buying for? What is your profile for? Good. Yeah, these are all really good questions. So which, you should add to your question word, which box did you put it in, for example? Or which file did you put it in? What did you make it with? Good. What are you good at? What did you talk about? Who are you talking to? You guys are awesome. Those are all really good. Let's move on, okay? We're going to talk about negative questions, okay? Because they are also possible, okay? Our auxiliary verb can be negative, that's for sure. And we have 2 forms, okay? So we have our contracted form, where we contract the negativity with the auxiliary verb. But we also have the long form. So it's your choice what you use. It doesn't matter. Maybe if you use long form, there is more emphasis on the negativity, but both will mean the same thing. Yeah. Whom are you waiting for is a good question. It's very formal with whom. Okay, so let's look at our Smrt examples first. Asking why. So if someone says to you, I didn't call you last night, sorry. You could ask, why didn't you call me last night? Okay? Or why did you not call me last night? So there's a very small difference, right? We have didn't and then our subject, you. But here we have did you not. So it's just a memorizing thing where you need to put not after the subject with the long form. Okay? Okay. I hope you are trying to listen to me. I don't know. Next, where, question word where, different than why, obviously. Where hasn't she been in the world? Okay? Maybe you're talking about a person who travels all over the world. They have been to many different countries. So you're asking, where has she not been in the world? Okay. And next example, you could be at a party and your friend comes late. Or your friend doesn't know many people. So you want to ask, who haven't you met yet? Or who have you not met yet? Okay, so negative questions, simply remembering you have 2 options, contracted form and long form. Okay. Isn't she lovely? Good. Or is she not lovely? Good. All right, so let's do a couple examples. Examples of negative questions. So I'll give you some answers and you can give me the questions. I haven't, pay attention to the tense. Haven't been to Cuba, for example. I haven't been to Cuba, so ask me a why question in the negative. We'll do contracted or long form, up to you. I haven't been to Cuba. Why? Yeah, why haven't you been to Cuba? Good. So, why have you not been to Cuba, Valeria, thank you, is the long form. Okay, again, doesn't matter which one you use, it's up to you. Maybe making it long form is a little bit more emphasis on the negative. Okay. Why have you never been to Cuba? It's okay. Yeah, you can change I have not been to Cuba to I have never been to Cuba. Doesn't matter, it's very similar. Good. So we could ask a where question as well. Where haven't you been? Right? I haven't been to Cuba. Long form, where have you not been? Good. Okay, let's do another example. They sound ironic in Portuguese. Interesting, Danilo. It's funny the changes from language to language. Why have you never been to Cuba? Yeah. Good. Okay. So another, I didn't work out yesterday. I didn't work out yesterday. So who wants to ask me a question? I would love to go to Cuba, Raphael. Yeah, that's kind of it's on my list, so that's why I chose that country. I like the style of the cars, the old cars. So Gina, just be careful. Why did you not work out yesterday? Okay. Why did you not work out yesterday? Or why didn't you? Why didn't you work out yesterday? Didn't you work out yesterday is okay. Yeah, it's more of a yes or no question sort of thing. No, I didn't, or yes, I did. Good. Why didn't you work out yesterday? Yep. Awesome. Good job. All right. So we're going to move on. Just bold that. And our last style of question, guys, declarative. There are other styles, but today we are focusing on a few. Declarative questions. Okay, these ones are pretty common in English, and they have two big reasons. One, to show surprise in a situation, and two, to verify, okay, information, to make sure. Okay. Perfect, Simplang. So you have a declarative question right here. That's awesome. You didn't work out yesterday? That's a declarative question. Because I ate my breakfast. Yeah, I mean, that could be a reason why you didn't work out yesterday. Maybe. All right, so back to Smrt. Where's my, oh, here. Good. Okay, so declarative questions. Oh, I'm in the way. Like I said, declarative questions, they are used when the speaker wants to make sure of something they think they know. Double check, okay? Or we want to express our surprise about something, okay? Declarative questions do not use inversion. Just like subject questions. It's just like a regular sentence, okay? It's basically a sentence, but your voice makes it a question by going up, okay? So, hello Ramco, welcome. Let's see these different little situations, okay? So we have two people here making dinner together, and one of them says, I'm a vegetarian. And the other one says, what? Really? You don't eat meat at all? Okay, so that is our declarative question. As you can see, we have subject and then our auxiliary verb. Okay, so we don't need to use inversion. Yeah. Double check. We use that word a lot. Expression, I guess. Okay, next. Mike and I are going out for dinner. Okay, I'll stay home, second person. The first person is double checking. You don't want to come with us? Are you sure? Okay, so again, no inversion. Okay. That would be an example of double checking, making sure. The first one here is an example of surprise. Okay. Finally, another example of surprise. I'm from France. Really? You're from France? I thought you were from Germany. Okay? So you are from France is the declarative question. Awesome. All right, so declarative questions, they usually start with words like really? Okay, your voice goes super high. Or seriously? For real? But that is not a declarative question. That single word, okay, it leads into the declarative question. So let's do a few examples and then we'll have to wrap it up. So declarative question. We need to write down a situation. So maybe this is not real, it's just an example. I don't, oops, I'm bold. A says, okay, we get our quotes. I, don't forget, always capitalize I, pronoun. I don't know how to swim. Okay, so if I say to you, I don't know how to swim, may be surprising to somebody. So what would you say for a declarative question? So Gertrudis, yes, it would be really? You haven't been to Cuba is a declarative question because it's you haven't been to Cuba. Your question is just a normal question. Why haven't you been to Cuba? So seen, instead of for sure, we would say for real, okay? Instead of for sure, for real, okay? And then good, you don't, we're missing one word, Simplang. No, good. You don't know how to swim? Okay? Perfect. Really, you don't know how to swim? Yeah, you don't know how to swim at all? You can't swim? Unbelievable, exactly. But I do know how to swim. Trust me. It's dangerous not to know how to swim, right? So notice question mark, exclamation point. Pretty common with declarative questions because we're expressing emotion. Yeah. Are you kidding me? That's a good way to go into a declarative question. Yeah. Awesome. Let's do another one. Okay. Yeah, okay. Lane, awesome. If you are agreeing that you don't know how to swim, it should be neither do I, because it's agreeing to a negative sentence. Yeah. But it's just an example. I do know how to swim. Just an example. Because the declarative questions, they come when you are surprised about something, right? So, second example, I went to Paris. I went to Paris on vacation, but I didn't visit the Eiffel Tower. I spelt Eiffel wrong. There. Okay. This is my second stream. I've never done this. It's number 2, yeah. So, for real, it's normal when you're surprised about information that somebody gives you. It's the same as saying, really? It's kind of slang, okay? It's like slang. So, I went to Paris on vacation, but I didn't visit the Eiffel Tower. It's kind of surprising information, right? It's the main attraction of Paris. So what could we say? What? Exactly. What? You didn't visit the Eiffel Tower? Exactly. You didn't visit the Eiffel Tower? You could even say, really? You missed out on the Eiffel Tower? I can't spell. Okay, so there are variations to the question. Are you kidding? You didn't visit the Eiffel Tower? Awesome. You didn't visit that famous Eiffel Tower? Yeah. Yeah. But that's not true either. I did visit the Eiffel Tower. These are just examples. So when you are saying in a declarative question in real life with your friends, family, anyone, strangers, okay, it's really common that your voice goes really high up. Okay, it's kind of funny in a way because you're like, what, really? Seriously? You're really surprised. The other one, remember, is double checking. Okay, so double checking. This is making sure. Gertrudis, these are called declarative questions. They are a style of question where it's really just a sentence, but your voice is making it a question. Okay, so we're surprised about something, or we want to double check. Okay, so A could say, don't worry about buying toothpaste. Don't worry about buying toothpaste at the store. Okay, for example, if this is what somebody says to you, if you want to double check, you could say, we don't need toothpaste. We don't need toothpaste. Okay, you are double checking, and they would say, no, we're good, we don't need toothpaste. Okay. If you're asking me a real question about Paris, I lived in Paris for 1 year, and I did go to the Eiffel Tower, yeah. I lived actually, I could see the Eiffel Tower from my bedroom, so it was really, really nice. Good experience, for sure. Let's see here. Don't worry, it's basically, don't worry is saying you don't have to do it. It's not about stress. It's not about worrying about something. It's saying you don't have to buy toothpaste. Yeah, that's a good question. It's natural language. Don't worry about taking me to the airport. I will take a cab. Or don't worry about helping me move. I hired a company. That kind of thing. Don't worry about verb ing. It is saying you don't need to do it. Yeah. You don't want me to buy toothpaste? That's awesome. That's another good question, declarative question. You don't want me to buy toothpaste? Good. We still use a question mark even though it's a statement, because you want a response. You want them to answer you. Good. Okay. So, you don't want to brush your teeth? Could be, but meh. Usually it would be because they don't need toothpaste, not because they don't want to brush their teeth. Yeah. Okay, what countries have I visited? Let's see. This is just, I'll answer in one moment. But that is the rest of our lesson on questions, okay? So, Ahmed, no. If you ask me what countries have you visited, this is a regular question. Yeah. You don't want to brush your teeth. It's not really a double checking question. It's a surprise question. Yeah. So just to recap, okay, recap with Smrt. Today, we've talked all about questions, right? So most of the time you learn about inversion, which is very important because a lot of the questions, most of the questions do use inversion, okay? Because most often we are wondering about the object, okay? So that means you need to put auxiliary verb before subject, okay? Thank you, Yudis. Thank you. Have a good sleep. Sweet dreams. Awesome. Thank you. Okay, so inversion, auxiliary verb before subject. We have learned that subject questions do not take inversion, okay? No inversion. So if you ever see a question and you're wondering why there is no inversion, it's probably a subject question, okay? Prepositions, we learned that they do come at the end of questions, okay? And that's what information are they looking for, okay? We talked about negative questions. We have the contracted form, the long form, okay? And finally, we talked about declarative questions, okay? So now that we're finished, I'm going to share this document with you guys. Okay, so you can see. Copy. Paste. I think that worked. You should be able to see that document now. Hopefully, okay. And yeah, so the question, Vladimir, what countries have I visited? Many countries, luckily, but let me see if I can remember some. My mother is from Germany, so I have been to many European countries. I've been to Italy, Netherlands, Germany, Spain, Denmark, Austria, Switzerland. I don't remember all of them, honestly. I did a lot of traveling when I was very young, so don't even remember some of the places I've been. But I've been to America, of course. I've been to Mexico. I've been to Costa Rica. I've been to Mauritius, probably the farthest away I've gone. But that's about it. Give access to the file. I think I did. Let me see. Just one moment. Hold on a second. You need permission. You need permission. Okay, okay. Danilo, she has been. Don't forget, she takes has. Thank you, Lane. That's awesome. Appreciate that. Oh, yeah. So, file, make a copy. Yeah, that's it. The document I shared with you is view only. Okay, that means so you need to file, make a copy to make your own changes on the document. Okay, we wouldn't want everybody changing the document, right? So it should be good if you do File, Make a Copy. So yes, go to File, Make a Copy. Thank you guys so much. Really appreciate you following along, and that was fun. I'll be here next Tuesday at 3 o'clock, so hopefully you can come back, or we'll have some new people. I haven't been to Iran, no. I would love to, but I haven't been there, no. You can't copy? What is going on? So the file that I shared, you should be able to File, Make a Copy, and then you can edit the document with your own copy. Okay, mine is view only. Good, thank you, Maria. So I will sign off, but I'll be on the chat for a minute or two. So, okay, bye. Thank you. Have a good day. Oh, full screen. Okay, bye guys.
It won't be just one gravity. Pressure, temperature, currents, and so on, and transmitting the readings to the surface, it is equipped with small television cameras. We plan to start the manned descent at sunrise. Gravity. It won't be just one gravity.
it won't be just one rarity.